Manchester United are preparing to make an opening offer to West Ham for their midfielder Mateus Fernandes. Now, we at Sky Sports News understand that he is a priority midfield target for United.
Manchester United fans, Fabrizio Romano has just dropped a huge update. And there's one detail about Manchester United's interest in Mateus Fernandes that nobody is talking about. A detail that could explain why United are moving so quickly behind the scenes. Because while most fans are focused on Edison, the club may already be preparing the next phase of its midfield rebuild. And if the latest reports are accurate, this could become one of the biggest transfer battles of the entire summer. Let's get into it. According to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United have already made contact with the representatives of Mateus Fernandes. Now, that doesn't mean a deal is done. It doesn't mean a bid has been accepted. And it certainly doesn't mean we're close to a here we go. But in the transfer market, contact is where everything starts. And when Manchester United start making moves this early, it usually means a player is being taken very seriously. So why are United interested? The answer is simple. Profile. For years, Manchester United have struggled to find the perfect balance in midfield. They've had creativity, they've had experience, but they've often lacked athleticism, intensity, and control. Now the club appears determined to change that. And Mateus Fernandes fits the profile perfectly. He's energetic, he's technically excellent, he's comfortable under pressure, and most importantly, he has the ability to impact both sides of the game, defensively and offensively. That's exactly the type of midfield the top clubs are searching for. But here's the detail that makes this story even bigger. Reports suggest West Ham could demand somewhere between £80 million and £85 million if they decide to sell. Think about that for a second. £80 to £85 million for a player still at the beginning of his rise. That tells you everything about how highly he is rated. And it also tells you how difficult this deal could become. Because Manchester United are not the only club paying attention. Across Europe, several major clubs are monitoring the situation closely. And whenever elite clubs enter the race, prices go up, competition increases, and negotiations become much more complicated. But here's why this transfer feels different. Manchester United aren't just looking for another midfielder. They're trying to build a completely new identity. An identity based on energy, intensity, athleticism, and players capable of competing at the highest level every single week. That's why names like Edison and Mateus Fernandes are appearing together in transfer discussions, because they represent a specific vision for the future. Now imagine this scenario. Bruno Fernandes leading the team, Edison adding power and control, Mateus Fernandes bringing energy and technical quality. Suddenly, Manchester United's midfield starts to look very different. Not just stronger, more complete, more competitive, and perhaps capable of challenging the very best teams in England. But before fans get too excited, it's important to remember where things stand. At this moment, contact is being made, interest is genuine, the player is admired, but no agreement exists, no bid has been accepted, and the situation remains open. What happens next could define one of the biggest transfer stories of the summer. Now I want to hear from you. If Manchester United had the opportunity to sign Mateus Fernandes, would you spend £80 to £85 million? Or should the club invest that money elsewhere? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want the latest Manchester United transfer news, Fabrizio Romano updates, and breaking transfer stories every day, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Because this story is only just